Sandy, listen, the man is just about to say it.
Yeah, let's everybody listen.
The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Henry Aldrich. Coming, Mother.
The CBS Radio Workshop, dedicated to man's imagination, the theater of the mind.
This is classic radio theater.
Want to get away from it all?
The FBI in Peace and War.
Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
The unexpected.
The unexpected.
The unexpected.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends.
We go back 69 years, April 7th, 1950, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. in his original 1949 screen role as the Fighting O'Flynn. And we thank you for joining us on this Sunday. It's the 7th day of April, the 97th day of the year, 268 days remaining. The Mississippi Territory organized from territory ceded by Georgia and South Carolina on this date in 1798. It's twice expanded to include disputed territory claimed by both U.S. and Spain. John Walker, an English chemist, sold the first friction match on this date in 1827. He had invented it the previous year. Union Army under General Grant defeated the Confederates near Shiloh, Tennessee in 1862. In 1868, Thomas D'Arcy McGee, one of the Canadian fathers of the Confederation, assassinated by the Irish in one of the few Canadian political assassinations, the only one at the federal level. Mount Vesuvius erupted and devastated Naples in 1906, and in 1922, Secretary of the Interior Albert Bacon Fall leased the Teapot Dome petroleum reserves in Wyoming without competitive bidding. Lease is subject of a sensational investigation by Senator Thomas J. Walsh, convicted of accepting bribes from the oil companies. Fall became the first presidential cabinet member to go to prison. No one convicted of paying the bribes. And you think this administration might be corrupt. In 1927, the first distance public television broadcast from Washington to New York City, displaying the image of Commerce Secretary, soon-to-be President Herbert Hoover. In 1933, Prohibition repealed for beer of no more than 3.2 alcohol by weight, 8 months before the ratification of the 21st Amendment. In 1940, Booker T. Washington became the first African-American to be depicted on a U.S. postage stamp. And in 1943, in the Ukraine, Germans ordered 1,100 Jews to undress to their underwear and march through the city of Terabolvia to the nearby village of Plavmankia. They were then shot dead and buried in ditches. We need to know the horrors of anti-Semitism. In 1945, the Japanese battleship Yamato, the largest battleship ever constructed, sunk 200 miles north of Okinawa while en route to a suicide mission in Operation Tengo. In 1948, the World Health Organization, established by the United Nations. In 1949, Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific opened on Broadway.
Cockeyed optimist, immature and incurably green.
Bloody Mary is the girl I love. Bloody Mary is the girl I love. Bloody Mary is the girl I love. Now ain't that too damn bad?
Mary Martin, operatic bass Ezio Pinza, starred in the opening cast of South Pacific, which opened on this date in 1949. President Eisenhower gave his domino theory speech on the spread of communism during a news conference which would become the justification for our involvement in Vietnam. IBM announced the System 360 computer on this date in 1964. I got to work on one of those in college while I was doing computer programming. Of course, in those days, a computer was larger than this radio station that I'm talking to you from. In 1971, President Nixon announced his decision to increase the rate of American troop withdrawals from Vietnam. In 1978, the development of the neutron bomb canceled by President Carter. In 1980, President Carter suspended diplomatic relations with Iran.
The United States of America is breaking diplomatic relations with the government of Iran. the Secretary of State has informed the government of Iran that its embassy and consulates in the United States are to be closed immediately. All Iranian diplomatic and consular officials have been declared persona non grata and must leave this country by midnight tomorrow.
Carter acted after Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini ruled that 50 American hostages must remain in the hands of the militants occupying the U.S. Embassy in Tehran until the new Iranian parliament decided their fate. The hostages released on January 20th, 1981, after 444 days in captivity. In 1990, John Poindexter found guilty of 5 charges for his part in the Iran-Contra affair, conviction reversed on appeal. The World Trade Organization ruled in favor of the United States on this date in 1999 in its long-running trade dispute with the European Union over bananas. Bananas. In 2003, U.S. troops captured Baghdad. Saddam Hussein's regime fell 2 days later. In 2006, a British High Court judge rejected claims that Dan Brown's best-selling novel, The Da Vinci Code, breached the copyright of an earlier book. Michael Bagan and Richard Lay had sued publishers Random House, claiming that Mr. Brown's book appropriated the architecture of their book, The Holy Blood and the Holy Grail, which was published in 1982 by the same publishing house. Here's Random House Chairman and Chief Executive Gail Rebuck.
Happily, today's judgment ensures that novelists will remain free to draw on ideas and historical research for their work.
The Da Vinci Code has sold more than 40 million copies since its March 2003 release. Passing away on this date, P.T. Barnum, Henry Ford, the auto manufacturer, actor Walter Houston, actress Theda Bara, astronaut Ronald Evans, the creator of BC and the Wizard of Id, Johnny Hart, Barry Nelson, who was, by the way, the first James Bond. He portrayed Bond in a 1954 TV adaptation of Casino Royale on the anthology TV show Climax. At that point in time, nobody had heard of James Bond. In fact, most of those books weren't popularized until President Kennedy put some Bond books on his list. Also passing away on this date, Mike Wallace of 60 Minutes fame. He did a lot of great interviews, by the way. Watched one the other night of him talking with the Twilight Zone's Rod Serling, just as the Twilight Zone was coming out. This was back in the late 50s. Also Stan Freberg, who shows radio shows we carry every once in a while on this program, and wrestler Black Jack Mulligan, the father of Barry Windham, and a fine gentleman from what I understand. Born on this date in history, the father of football, Walter Camp, broadcaster and alleged journalist Walter Winchell, Canadian composer Percy Faith, singer Billie Holiday, musician Mongo Santamaria, James Garner of Maverick and the Rockford Files fame, Wayne Rogers, best known probably for his time on MASH, and David Frost. Happy 84th birthday to country legend Bobby Bare. Last night I went to sleep in Detroit City. Jerry Brown, twice governor of California. The people didn't learn. He's 81. 80 years old today is Francis Ford Coppola. Carol Douglas, doctor's orders. 71 today. Hall & Oates' John Oates is 71. Janice Ian, who learned the truth at 17, 68 today. Jackie Chan, 65. Russell Crowe, 55. Bill Bellamy, very funny man, 54. And Sanjay Dutt, the wrestler, is 37. Those are a few of the people who celebrate the 7th day of April as their birthday. If this is your birthday.
Hi, we're the 4 freshmen, and we just want to say, Happy birthday to you.
Going back to the movies this hour, 69 years ago today, April 7th, 1950, the Screen Director's Playhouse, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., starring in The Fighting O'Flynn, comes up in just 3 minutes on Classic Radio Theater.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrim for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline. Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 877-875-5909. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com.
It's amazing but true. When it comes to one of America's biggest household expenditures, healthcare, a lot of people think they've got no choice. People are used to thinking we have to do it this way, but they don't. Yes, you have the freedom to choose an alternative with your healthcare. It's MediShare, and it costs way less than the alternatives. The typical family saves $500 a month, not a year, a month. And if you're single, this can save you a lot too. And let's face it, a big reason MediShare is 400,000 people strong, it just works. They've shared over $3 billion in medical bills, so they can help share your needs too. Joining MediShare for so many people is one of those things that makes you say, why didn't I do this before? So yes, the time has come for something better. Look into joining MediShare and see why so many people are opting out of the old way and into the new. Why not look into this? Just call 855-90-SALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-SALM.
Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. April 7th, 1950, the Screen Directors Playhouse production of the 1949 motion picture The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr. in his original screen role.
Screen Directors Playhouse, star Douglas Fairbanks Jr., production The Fighting O'Flynn, Director Arthur Pearson.
The Hollywood Screen Directors present transcribed a play on high adventure. The motion picture story, The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks in his original role of the O'Flynn, with Meg Randall as Lady Benedetta. Ireland, 1797, was a hotbed of plot and counterplot, intrigue and violence. Napoleon Bonaparte's wars seemed far away, but his agents in Ireland were setting the stage for further conquests.
I, O'Flynn of O'Flynn, was a soldier of fortune, returning to the small green land of Ireland. There was one other passenger in the coach, posting for Dublin that fine moonlit night. A lady. English, lovely, and most interestingly aloof. Your pardon, milady, but what did you say your name was?
I did not say.
She did not say, she does not say, but who can say that she will not say? Highwayman!
No, they're spies and agents of Napoleon Bonaparte.
Bonaparte?
They're after me.
Is it so?
Faster, driver, faster!
We can't outrun horsemen. I've a better plan. Hold fast, milady. door and swung myself up to the coachman's seat. Grasping the reins from him, I swung the coach screechingly in a hard turn that sent the coach sidelong, blocking the road and tearing the wheels from it. Then I jumped to the ground and opened the door for Lady... she did not say to step into the room.
You madman, now they will catch us.
Get behind the coach, quickly.
Oh, you madman.
Driver, collect all those wheel spokes and pile them up beside me. Hurry.
They're coming.
I'm ready.
You can't fight them with those wagon spokes.
Shillelaghs now, milady. Crude but workable Irish shillelaghs. Now, I rose with an armful of heavy wagon spokes and let fly. So. There. Another. There. All right, stand where you are, who's left a foot. We've pistols, too. Driver, select their 3 best horses. I'll keep these beggars covered. Well, the moment we were all mounted and still keeping the robbers covered, we wheeled off and raced into the night.
We should be starting for Dublin again, O'Flynn.
You're even prettier than I dreamed you'd be. What's your name?
Benedetta.
Benedetta. Benedetta, I like that. I like you.
Thank you, O'Flynn. But you mustn't talk so to me.
Oh?
I'm engaged to be married.
Engaged to be... I'll not admit it.
Lord Sedgemouth, in my father's service in Dublin.
Oh, it's a whim. I'll win you somehow. Lord Sedgemouth or not, I'd let... A lord? In your father's service?
My father is the Viceroy of Ireland.
Sure, it's the class I've stumbled onto this time.
Those highwaymen knew somehow that I was carrying a certain packet to the Viceroy.
Packet?
Yes. It contains a report of Bonaparte's plan to invade England by way of Ireland.
The devil it does. Let me take care of it.
Here.
Now then.
And now then, I think we'd better ride for Dublin, O'Flynn.
We found His Excellency, the Viceroy of Ireland, was in the palace garden with Lord Sedgemouth, Benedetta's fiancé. Sedgemouth was very handsome, to be sure, but I felt rather wretched in the stomach when he took my Benedetta in his arms and kissed her. And the Viceroy looked very grave as he finished reading the documents we had brought him.
Sedgemouth, this is most serious. Bonaparte's best troublemaker, General Van Dronk, has been sneaked into an old abandoned castle on the coast. Castle Knockmore.
Oh, yes, I know the mossy heap of stone.
Ah, but do you know Van Dronk?
I do, by reputation only. A bitter and moody man, but a great soldier. Nevertheless, I shall myself recruit a force to march on Van Dronk.
Accepted, O'Flynn.
But Castle Knockmore will take a regiment of trained troops, not amateurs, to capture it.
Then see to it, Sedgemouth. At once.
Your Excellency, Benedetta.
Goodbye, Philip.
Wait, Sedgemouth. Join me on the terrace. I have some suggestions to offer, if I may.
O'Flynn, I just want to thank you.
Benedetta, I've so much to say to you.
Please, not now. Philip will be looking for me.
I have been looking for you ever since my grandfather first rested eyes on my grandmother.
Good morning to you, O'Flynn of O'Flynn.
Benedetta, wait!
I must join Philip and my father.
Oh, come down those steps again, but a moment.
No.
But if I rhyme you a rhyme for each step of that stair, will you then come down to me?
Well, perhaps.
Oh, my gift of gab befriend me now. If patient you'll be, and not mark the time, each step you descend, I'll rhyme your rhyme.
1.
I've come here to Dublin, sworn to your king. Admit for a start that that's quite a thing.
2.
I'll do all such deeds as you may entreat, and all that I'll do, I'll lay at your feet. There's no more enchanted a man ever grew than I standing here because I love you. My hand, here it is, your heart put therein, protected from hurt by Flynn of O'Flynn.
1 more step, Jingler.
My rhyme may not be as good as my prayers, But yet you have come to the foot of the stairs.
Ingenious, O'Flynn. If not exactly immortal.
Now, when will you marry me?
It's useless. Your words are very nimble. Very nimble and very Irish.
Give me your scarf.
Why?
For my regimental flag.
O'Flynn, you're incorrigible.
A kiss, then.
No.
Yes.
O'Flynn,
I insist.
And you shouldn't have done that. Goodbye, O'Flynn.
Hendrik, we're in a stew. A foul stew.
First, I lose your Lady Benedetta on the highway thanks to that Irishman, and now you're in a foul stew. Explain, Sedgemoth.
Until Bonaparte invades Ireland, my usefulness to him is in serving the Viceroy.
True, Sedgemoth.
But now the Viceroy has ordered me to capture Castle Knockmore, to capture Van Dronk, our own man.
Then capture Van Dronk.
What will Bonaparte say to that?
I will arrange with Bonaparte for the surrender of Castle Knockmore to your lordship. You will take his place. Ready to open the gates of Ireland when Bonaparte is ready to invade, and to reward you for your judicious treason.
Down the coast, frowning on the Irish Sea, stood Castle Knockmore, ably and grimly commanded by General Van Dronk, the bloody saturnine hero of Barta. On a plain west of Knockmore, Sedgemoth's regiment waited and took no action. I wondered why. I hadn't seen Benedetta for 2 weeks, and again, I wondered why. So thoroughly likable a fella as I was. Until one evening, as I left a staff meeting at Sedgemoth's headquarters, a carriage rolled to the entrance with Lady Benedetta about to step out of it. Benedetta!
Why, O'Flynn.
Come in the evening, come in the morning, come when expected, come without warning.
Please go.
Thousands of welcomes you'll find here before you, and the oftener you come, the more I'll adore you.
Why are you here?
We're a staff meeting with Lord Sedgemoth in which your fiancé made the bold decision to remain rooted to this plane.
You're not to criticize Philip, and you're not to see me.
Why?
The pattern of my life is fixed, and it can't be changed by your lilting Irish phrases.
Oh.
Your words and your deeds don't match, O'Flynn.
And what is this now, me darling?
You criticize Philip, but can you do any better? No. You're a trifler, a braggart, and an empty kettle.
Braggart, is it? Empty kettle?
Oh, I'm sorry, O'Flynn, but I just...
Go, Benedetta. Grease your leaden soldier in there whose tailored tactical trousers have their share of lead in them. Before this night is over, I'll take Castle Knockmore for you. Alone.
You are listening to the Screen Director's Playhouse production of The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks and presented by RCA Victor.
From April 17th, 1950, 69 years ago today, I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in to this Sunday edition of Classic Radio Theater. Coming up in 4 minutes, the news of the day 69 years ago.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Erin, and I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss, safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
You know, once I leave my studio and my office here, I go home and I do a lot of online work for Classic Radio Theater and other things. And the other night I was sitting there just typing away on the computer, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed with my laptop, and I just fall out. And it's these new Giza Dream sheets. You know, I've always said I have the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow. and I didn't think it could get better. But these Giza Dreams bed sheets are amazing. I've stayed at my share of top-quality hotels over my time. But you know, these are some of the best sheets I've ever slept on. And you can sleep on them too. Brought over from this beautiful Giza region, from the Sahara, the Mediterranean, the Nile. And these sheets are so comfortable. No problem getting them on my little thicker than usual mattress because they've got these deep pockets in them. They fit remarkably well. And the pillowcases fit over my pillows without an issue. Folks, don't just trust me on this. You don't know me that well, but you've heard me talk about this, and I sleep so well. Thanks to these My Pillows, and thanks to the Giza Dream sheets, it's so comfortable at night. Just check it out for your own self. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dream Sheets special. Use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. What have you got to lose? Go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code USA. And by the way, that promo code works on just about anything on the website. So do some nosing around. Do some shopping. After all, there's somebody on there. Something for everybody you'll find in your life, don't you know?
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
If you enjoy our classic radio theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus classic radio theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy. Classic radio theater on your favorite station, The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr., an episode of the Screen Director's Playhouse from April 7th, 1950, and in the newspapers of that Friday, some 69 years ago, these were some of the headlines. Dateline Washington, Senator Tidings, the Democrat of Maryland, said yesterday FBI records clear Owen Lattimore completely of communist spy charges preferred by Senator McCarthy. Tidings, the chairman of a Senate investigating committee, said furthermore that 4 members of the committee hold the same opinion after inspecting a complete summary of FBI files on Lattimore, the Far Eastern expert. The 5th member, Senator Hickenlooper, the Republican of Iowa, who was out of town when the committee visited FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, will view the records next week. Dateline, Allentown, Pennsylvania, the murder trial of Harold A. Moore, accused of killing his blind, cancer-stricken brother, went to the jury late yesterday with the Commonwealth demanding a conviction so that mercy killings can be brought to a halt. After deliberating for 4.5 hours, the jury returned to the courtroom and requested additional instructions. According to District Attorney Kenneth Koch, said, "We've been fooling around with the Almighty. That's what Harold Moore did." Although he did not demand a specific verdict or penalty, Koch said the killing of Moore's brother was planned and asked the jury to convict the 36-year-old defendant in order to put an end to that kind of practice once and for all in this jurisdiction. Dateline Washington, Congressman Short, the Republican of Missouri, told the House yesterday Charles Banaggio, a Kansas City Democratic leader, was bumped off because he was in the way in the Missouri senatorial primary. Banaggio and his henchman, Charles Gargata, were found shot to death early yesterday in the Kansas City 1st District Democratic Club rooms. According to Short, Banaggio backing a Senate candidate opposed by President Truman and the political organization built up by the late Tom Pendergrast, longtime Kansas City political boss. Mr. Banaggio was in the way, Short said, so what happened? He was bumped off. Before Short spoke, Republican Macy, the congressman from New York, issued a statement calling for a complete congressional inquiry into the affiliation of crime and gangsters with politics in Kansas City. Dateline Washington, Republican foreign affairs leaders in the Truman administration joined hands yesterday to try to pull U.S. bipartisan foreign policy out of the hole and get it set up again as a going concern. The State Department announced that John Foster Dulles, New York Republican lawyer and veteran of 40 years in international affairs, had accepted appointment as consultant to Secretary Dean Acheson at the request of Acheson and President Truman. Dateline Wheaton, Maryland, with spring here, Myron M. Moore has disconnected the built-in electric heater in his sidewalk. Moore, an electrical engineer, didn't find out whether his contrivance will enable him to throw away his snow shovel. It seems it didn't snow. Dateline Akron, Ohio, a man called Census Headquarters and said he wanted to increase the income figure he gave one of his interviewers. The man explained he had reported a lower amount of money because his wife was present, said didn't want her to find out what the correct figures were. Those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Friday, April 7th, 1950, on your radio 69 years ago. The Screen Director's Playhouse, The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr., which continues now on Classic Radio Theater.
Now, back to the Screen Director's Playhouse production of The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks in his original role of the O'Flynn, with Meg Randall as Lady Benedetta.
I had no plan, only a purpose without a method, to capture Castle Knockmore from within. A raised drawbridge hung over the moat around the castle, black and monstrous in the thick darkness.
Halt! Who's there?
Captain O'Flynn of His Majesty's Dragoons, deserting. I have news for General Van Dronk.
Enemy deserter! Lower the drawbridge!
Your coming here under pretense of being a deserter has a faint glimmer of imagination. A spark of light in the darkness of my boredom.
Thank you, General.
The military information you bring is worthless. It turns out you are a stupid, torpid, uninspired, backward, untutored, charmless, harmless, and in every other detail as much a lurching oaf as any man.
You don't admire mankind, eh?
Can you at least play chess?
Chess? Is it chess, you're saying? Well, in County Wicklow, I am esteemed and remembered as the man who, as a lad of 3, conquered...
Sit down.
Yes, mon général.
Never mind the mon général. I'm not French.
Oh.
I am simply Van Dronk, supremely bored. You are unarmed.
Quite.
I will place this pistol on the table between us. Beat me at chess, and it is yours.
The pistol.
I lose, you shoot me.
Ah.
You lose, I shoot you.
Oh.
Play.
But, where is the chessboard?
You have a mind, have you not?
Well, I'm fond of thinking so.
Then imagine a chessboard and chessmen. Is man so earthbound that he cannot even dream a chessboard? Play.
Very well. My pawn to the Queen's 4th square.
My pawn to the Queen's 4th square.
Pawn to the Queen's Bishop's 4th square.
Pawn to the King's 4th.
My Queen's pawn captures your pawn.
Pawn to the Queen's 5th.
Knight to the King's Bishop's 3rd square.
Pawn to the Queen's Bishop's 4th.
Pawn, knight... I can't remember our moves.
Yes. Your pawn to the Queen's 4th, my pawn to the Queen's 4th. Your pawn to the Queen's Bishop's 4th, my pawn to the King's 4th. Your Queen's pawn captured my pawn to the Queen's 5th. Your knight to the King's Bishop's 3rd, my pawn to the Queen's Bishop's 4th. Your move.
Oh, yes, thank you. My move. My rook captures your queen.
My rook to the bishop's eighth and check. Come in.
General Van Dronk, a dispatch from Bonaparte.
Move, O'Flynn.
O'Flynn?
Shh, my queen to the Queen's Square.
General, this man is a spy, an Irishman and a spy.
I know. Plays a hard game of chess, too. I resign.
You do?
Congratulations, O'Flynn.
The gun is mine. Don't move.
General, you let him get that gun away from you.
Do not be dull. He won it fairly.
Sedgemouth, read your dispatch from Bonaparte.
If I refuse?
I'll shoot you and take it from you.
Better read it, Sedgemouth.
Very well. To General Van Dronk, after a token resistance, you are to surrender Castle Knockmore to Lord Sedgemouth, who will facilitate the impending landing of French forces in Ireland. Signed, Bonaparte, First Consul.
Lord Sedgemouth, I arrest you for high treason.
The pistol is not loaded.
What?
Pull the trigger. Go ahead.
The devil.
Arrest the O'Flynn.
O'Flynn, when this castle falls to me tomorrow, you will be found here. As British commander, I will order you shot as a traitor.
A pretty business, Sedgemouth.
Shot, O'Flynn, day after tomorrow, at dawn.
April 7th, 1950, the Screen Director's Playhouse. The conclusion comes up in just 3 minutes on this Sunday edition of Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. So, the other evening, I was working on my laptop on the edge of the bed, and I just fell over. I just fell asleep, and it's these Giza Dreams bed sheets. And I snuggle up with them, and I snuggle up with my pillow, and my gosh, I've slept in a lot of hotels in my time. Really nice hotels, top quality, and none of them have anything like these Giza Dreams bed sheets. But don't take my word for it. Go to mypillow.com, use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. Give them a try. What have you got to lose? Go to mypillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams bed sheets, and you can sleep just as well as I do. I have a wonderful night's sleep with my MyPillow and my Giza Dreams bed sheets. MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with Sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic Sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-362-6091 to get your generic Sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-362-6091 and get your generic Sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-362-6091 now.
If you enjoy our Classic Radio Theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus Classic Radio Theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Thanks for tuning in to this Sunday edition of Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. And now the conclusion of the Screen Director's Playhouse, The Fighting O'Flynn, starring Douglas Fairbanks Jr. as it was originally broadcast April 7th, 1950.
Firing squad! Ready! Aim! Fire!
Who's there? Who's outside that window?
Benedetta.
O'Flynn.
Benedetta, my darling.
Come in. You shouldn't have come back to the palace.
Very curious. Surely you know I was shot this dawn, but you don't exclaim that I'm alive and unhurt. Only that I shouldn't have come back here.
But they know of the hoax now, and this time they'll surely kill you.
Ah, Benedetta, my darling, it's mischief bribing firing squads to fire mock volleys. But since you did it for the love of me, I lovingly forgive you.
Please go.
I'll not leave until you know I'm not a traitor, Benedetta.
Oh, I no longer know who or what to believe. I only know that I want you to live. Oh, I wish that...
What do you wish?
I wish your arms weren't so tender and strong, and the right size to hold an unwilling woman in them.
How unwilling is she, really?
I have my pride and my honor and a duty to the man I've promised to marry.
So be it. I've wooed you faithful and I've wooed you true, and no has always been your answer. But now I'm going to see this through before your eyes.
What are you doing?
Holding this bit of blank writing paper from your desk, milady.
Oh, Flynn, you can still go through the window.
No.
Please.
Come in.
Benedetta, my dear. Oh, Flynn.
My dear Sedgmouth.
Benedetta. This time you'll not escape death, Irishman. What have you to say for yourself?
First of all, sir, it's not me that's the traitor, but our stylish friend here, Lord Sedgmouth.
Impertinence, absurdity.
He's under orders from Bonaparte to surrender Knockmore to the Frenchies, and I can prove it.
These are serious charges, O'Flynn.
Ridiculous charges.
Are they? And here's the letter, Your Excellency, from Bonaparte to Sedgmouth, which I had the luck to filch from Sedgmouth's pocket.
How did you...
Your hand goes to your breast pocket, Sedgmouth.
But this paper is blank.
That one, yes. But not the one in his lordship's pocket, I'll warrant.
Whatever this Irish hothead tells you, Your Excellency, is...
Then show him the letter in your pocket. Show him or be called the guilty man if you do not.
Show him the letter, Philip.
Or be declared under arrest.
Under arrest? If you capture me, that is...
Stop him!
Yes, Your Excellency, stop me!
Good! Castle Knockmore! He's gone to signal the French ships. The drawbridge was up and under heavy guard when I again arrived at the gloomy castle. I saw a torch flickering high on the seaward battlement, the rocket platform. Warily, my heart in my throat, I started up the thick ivy, clothing the sheer walls of Knockmore Bastion. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted my head over the parapet. Sedgmouth, torch in hand, peered seaward. A signal rocket at the ready. 2 guards, no choice but to be ruthless. I took aim with my one pistol. Reversing the empty pistol, I flung it shillelagh fashion at the other guard and caught him squarely on the brow, and he went down as I scrambled over the parapet just in time to meet Sedgmouth's naked sword with mine. Traitor.
Fool.
O'Flynn, more correctly. Of O'Flynn.
Break.
The climb up the ivy tired me.
Break, I say. And bleed.
Oh!
Touche, Irishman. Blood?
A drop. On guard, traitor.
I warned you.
The climb wearied me.
No, Flynn, it kills you.
Enough, my lord?
Enough. Enough.
Over the horizon somewhere were coming Bonaparte's great men of war. But they could wait, and wait, and wait some more for a signal that would never come. It was nearly dawn when I came back to Dublin Palace, and Lady Benedetta waiting for me in the garden at our marble rhyming steps.
Oh, Flynn, is it over?
Oh, Benedetta, my darling, I've a trifling wound which in no way influences the size of my arm as for holding a willing woman.
Flynn of O'Flynn, the woman is unwilling no longer.
Benedetta.
Dublin Palace, 6 o'clock. The sun is risen, and all's well.
This is Jimmy Wallington speaking. You have just heard the last act of The Fighting O'Flynn, and our star, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., with our guest screen director, Arthur Pearson, will be with us in just a moment. Next Friday, the day belongs to baseball, as another great star brings one of his most amusing performances to the Screen Director's Playhouse. Our story is It Happens Every Spring, and recreating his original role will be Ray Milland with screen director Lloyd Bacon. Now, here again is tonight's star, Douglas Fairbanks. Doug, we could really call you the Fighting Fairbanks, couldn't we?
You mean Fairbanks?
Oh, none of your fancy foreign titles, please. I'm talking about plain Douglas Fairbanks, star of all those fighting and adventure pictures.
Oh, now, wait a minute, my friend. I guess I've been mixed up in as many smooth plots as I have in the muss 'em up and knock 'em down variety. You know, at heart, I'm really a very peaceful citizen, far more interested in the pursuits of peace than anything else.
Like your great work with Care, you mean?
Oh.
And perhaps like puttering around that beautiful home of yours.
Oh, that's right, yes.
And I suppose you still get a bang out of slapping paint on canvas and maybe doing a little sculpting now and then?
Well, now and then.
Well, how about music?
Oh, well, of course, yes.
Well, then, Doug, you're just the man I want to talk to. Do you know about the RCA Victor 45?
A little bit, but not near as much, Jimmy, as I understand you know about it.
You know, Doug, I'm practically in love with the 45 system. First of all, it sounds so much better. A musician's dream. Imagine the thrill it gives great musicians like Toscanini and Horowitz to hear their music exactly as they recorded it, perfectly reproduced on the distortion-free 45.
Oh, I should think so.
Doug, those RCA Victor 45s are tops in sound. Not only that, they play so much easier.
Yeah, so I understand, but why easier?
Well, because with one hand, you can load 10 records onto the big center spindle with no fishing around for a small center hole.
Oh, that's a help.
And then you press one button once, and you have up to 50 minutes of music.
Wonderful.
These new 7-inch records have it.
7 inches? Well, that's no bigger than
the average book.
Yeah.
Which means you can store RCA Victor 45 records on ordinary bookshelves. What's more, the 45 records are non-breakable.
Well, how many 45s has RCA Victor released, Jimmy, so
Over
far?
2,100 titles now, and more are pouring out each week.
Good.
All the new pop tunes, all the classics. In fact, every new record RCA Victor issues is released on 45. But what's even more important to a lot of people is their low cost. 45 RPM record prices begin at 46 cents, plus tax. Automatic 45 changers start as low as $12.95.
Well, that's cheap enough.
Doug, what you should do, and that goes for everybody listening in, is to visit your RCA Victor dealer tomorrow and see how easy it is to make the swing to 45 and enjoy the benefits of the record system of the future. The Fighting O'Flynn was presented through the courtesy of the Fairbanks Company of Universal International Studios, now releasing One-Way Street, starring James Mason, Marta Toran, and Dan Duryea. Meg Randall can now be seen with Marjorie Main and Percy Kilbride in Ma and Pa Kettle Go to Town, a Universal International picture. Included in tonight's cast were Ramsey Hill, Dan O'Herlihy, Raymond Burr, Frank Gerstle, Paul Frees, and Frank Barton. The Fighting O'Flynn was adapted for radio by Milton Geiger, and original music was composed and conducted by Robert Armbruster. The Screen Director's Playhouse is produced by Howard Wiley, with dramatic direction by Bill Karn. Portions of the program were transcribed. You are invited to listen again next Friday when RCA Victor presents
Screen Directors Playhouse, star Ray Milland, production It Happens Every Spring, director Lloyd Bacon.
Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Screen Director's Playhouse from 69 years ago today, April 7th, 1950. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can visit our website, classicradio.stream. There you can stream Classic Radio Theater podcasts. You can learn more about Classic Radio Theater directing. You can even contact me through the website. Or you can just email me directly, classicradiotheater@gmail.com. And as always, our podcasts are available anywhere fine podcasts are served. iTunes, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for listening. Thank this station. Support the advertisers. And tell a friend. The great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.
The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Jack Benny Program.
Look, bud, I said your money or your life. I'm thinking it over.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Straighten up that closet one of these days.
This is Classic Radio Theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. The Bob Hope Show. Transcribed direct from Hollywood.
Well, hello. Come right in. Oh, George, we've got company.
From Hollywood, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
A mid-50s episode of The Great Gildersleeve starring Willard Waterman as it was originally broadcast April 7th, 1954. And it seems Bronco and Marjorie may be going to France, and Gildy wants Marie to teach Bronco some French.
Well, it's late afternoon in Summerfield, and the Great Gildersleeve just stopped next door to visit his niece, Marjorie. Incidentally, Marjorie's husband left the real estate business to take a job with a new plant in town, and being an ambitious young fellow, a lot of opportunities are coming his way.
I'm glad you stopped by, Unky.
Well, I hadn't seen you for a few days, my dear.
Bronco phoned this afternoon, and he has good news from the plant.
Oh? What is it?
Well, he wanted to wait until he came home to tell me. He should be here any minute.
What do you suppose Bronco's working up to now? Chairman of the board?
I wouldn't be surprised. He's always said someday he was going to bring me the moon.
Oh, my goodness. I hope he doesn't try to bring it home on the bus.
Oh, he's the most wonderful husband, Unky.
Yeah, I know.
I'm the luckiest girl in the world.
You kids have been married 4 years, and you're still up to your ears in mush.
Oh, there he is. I'll go meet him.
Yeah, what a couple.
Hi, Marge, honey.
Hello, Bronco, darling.
Youth.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bronco.
Oh, I didn't see you standing there.
You kids can't see anybody but each other. I hear you have big news.
Yes, I can hardly wait.
Yeah. Marge, how would you like to go to Paris?
Paris?
Paris, Texas?
No, Paris, France. Ooh la la.
Bronco, do you mean it?
Yeah, Paris in the spring, tra-la-la-la.
Yeah, Bronco.
Paris in the spring, tra-la-la-la.
Bronco, stop dancing with yourself and tell us what this is all about.
Well, it's like this. The president called me into his office today and said, Thompson, how would you like to be assistant to our branch manager in Paris?
Oh, Bronco.
Well.
Yeah, and I said...
When do we leave? I haven't a thing to wear.
Yeah, and I said...
Of course, I can get oodles of clothes in Paris, but before I leave, I'll need a couple of traveling suits, and I'll need evening dresses for the dancers aboard ship.
Marge, you haven't heard what I told the president.
What did you tell him?
Yeah, what did you tell him?
I told him I haven't a thing to wear.
Oh.
Bronco Thompson, you did not.
No, I told him I was honored and that I'd talk it over with my little wife.
We've talked it over. Let's go.
Oh, not so fast. Let's not start packing yet.
No?
Oh, we won't be going for at least 2 months.
2 months?
Well, it sounds like a wonderful opportunity, kids, but I hate to see you go. We'll miss you. Leroy, Bertie, all of us.
I know, Unky.
Oh, we aren't going permanently, Mr. Gildersleeve. It'll just be for a couple of years at the most.
Well, that won't be too bad.
I think the experience will be good for me.
And then Bronco can come back and run one of their plants over here, Unky.
Oh, sure. Oh, look, Marge, I bought a French-English dictionary today. It says here, amortisseur. Hey, you know what that means?
Amortisseur. Sounds like it has something to do with love.
No, it means shock absorber.
Now, there's a word you'll have a lot of use for.
Well, I want to learn something about the language. I mean, I can't just go over there and make signs at everybody.
And you can if you have money in your hand.
Oh, yeah, but I'm going to learn how to parlez-vous française.
Well, if you're that serious about it, I know just the person to teach you. My friend Marie Olson.
Oh, is she the Swedish girl, Unky?
Yeah, but she speaks 5 languages. French, Italian, Spanish.
Oh, she speaks all the Romance languages, eh, Mr. Gildersleeve?
You bet. Even the way she speaks English is romantic.
Well, do you think you can get her to teach Bronco, Unky?
Oh, sure. I have quite a bit of influence with Marie.
Oh, swell. Will you give her a ring on the phone?
Yeah, all right, but I'd much rather ring her doorbell. I think I'll stop and see Peavy until time to pick up Bronco. You'll be surprised to know that Bronco and Marjorie may go to France. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. On your way home from the office?
No, I'm on my way to Marie Olson's. I'm taking Bronco with me.
Is he your chaperone these days?
No, Marie's volunteered to give him French lessons. You see, Bronco's company wants him to go to Paris, Peavy.
You don't say.
You know Eager Beaver Bronco. He wants to learn the language right away. Could be a great opportunity for him.
Well, when I was a younger man, I was given the opportunity to go to Paris.
Oh?
All expenses paid.
Is that right?
By the U.S. Army, World War I.
Oh, I didn't think you lived there.
Mr. Gildersleeve, when I was in Paris, I lived, I'm here to tell you. Mademoiselle from Armentières, parlez-vous. Mademoiselle from Armentières.
All right, Peavy.
I even got a letter from a French girl after I came home.
You did?
Perhaps I should go to Miss Olson's for French lessons myself.
You, Peavy?
I'd like to know what was in that letter.
You know Mrs. Peavy wouldn't let you do that.
No, that would be more dangerous than World War I. By the way, has Marjorie met Miss Olson?
No, she hasn't.
I didn't think so.
What do you mean, Peavy?
Well, I was just wondering if she knew how attractive Miss Olson is. A lot of wives wouldn't want to run that risk, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, nonsense, Peavy. Marjorie's 100% for the lessons. She has no reason to be jealous.
Yeah, sometimes a woman doesn't need a reason.
What?
Mrs. Peavy had no reason, but she was always jealous of me and Mary Pickford.
Mary Pickford?
She caught me with Mary's picture.
Did she send you a picture?
No, one morning at breakfast, it dropped out of a cereal bar.
Well, that couldn't have been serious.
That's what you think. Mrs. Peavy nearly shredded my wheat.
See you later, Peavy. Well, this is where Marie lives, Bronco.
Oh, nice neighborhood, Mr. Gildersleeve. Oh, it's quite a break for me, you're knowing a girl who speaks French.
Yeah. Sometimes I think she'd like to talk turkey with me.
Oh, She really likes you, huh, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, does a kitten like cream?
Hello, Throckmorton.
Yeah, I guess the kitten does.
Hello, Marie.
Won't you come in?
Thank you. Miss Olson, I want you to meet my niece's husband, Mr. Thompson.
How do you do, Mr. Thompson?
No, it's a pleasure meeting you, Miss Olson. You know, it's very nice of you to try to teach me a little French.
Oh, when Throckmorton called me, I thought it a wonderful idea. Of course, Throckmorton always has wonderful ideas.
Yeah, Marie. Don't start tossing me bouquets just because I happen to have good ideas.
Mr. Gildersleeve's a very accommodating fellow.
Thank you, Bronco.
Now, let's see. Where shall we begin?
Oh, before we start, Miss Olson, I feel I should pay you for the lessons.
Oh, goodness, no. It's a pleasure to help any relative of Throckmorton. And now I'm certain you're anxious to begin, Mr. Thompson. Si vous voulez m'excuser, je vais chercher les notes que j'ai préparées pour votre première leçon.
Huh?
She's speaking French, Bronco.
I know, but what did you say?
I said I'll get the notes I've prepared for your first lesson. Excusez-moi.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bronco, that meant excuse me.
How do you know?
Well, she left the room, didn't she?
Mr. Gildersleeve, she has a beautiful speaking voice.
Yeah, quite a girl.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll have me talking like that. Si vous voulez m'excuser, je vais chercher la note.
Bronco, tell him to hold the boat. You won't be ready in 2 months. Yes, Marjorie, come in.
I thought I saw you come home. Isn't it exciting, Unky? Just imagine living in Paris.
Yeah, that'll be the life.
Did you take Bronco over for his French lesson?
Oh, yes, indeed. I left him in Marie's capable hands.
Gee, it's wonderful of you to help him like this.
Oh, not at all, my dear. Glad to do it.
Do you think he'll like French?
Well, he's quite impressed with his teacher.
Oh, really?
Oh, she has a lot of personality, Marjorie. Very attractive girl.
Oh?
And the minute she left the room, the first thing Bronco did was comment on her speaking voice. It's kind of musical, soft, caressing, you know.
I'm not sure I do.
Well, she's different from you, my dear. She's sort of a Zsa Zsa Gabor with a lot of Zsa.
She sounds very interesting.
Oh, she is. A real woman of the world.
Hello, Leroy.
Hello, my boy. How's school?
Only 48 days left. You sound as if you'll be glad when it's over.
Are you kidding? When they ring that last bell, I'm not even going down the stairs. I'll zip right out the window like a canary out of a cage. Where's Bronco?
Oh, I left him with Miss Olson.
Hey, it's getting late. Marge, is the pretty French teacher keeping your husband after school?
Oh, don't be silly.
I'm not being silly. She's quite a dish, huh?
Watch it, young man. Let's not refer to Miss Olson as a dish.
I'm just paying her a compliment.
Have you seen her, Leroy?
Yeah, man.
Leroy.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
You all right?
Well, Bronco should certainly be home by now.
What are you worried about? You got him hooked.
Who says I'm worried?
Now, Leroy, let's not say things to upset Marjorie.
I'm not upset. Why should I be upset?
Excuse me, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yes, Bertie?
Oh, hello, Miss Marjorie.
Hello, Bertie.
I just want to know if all of us is going to be here for dinner. I got a big roast.
Well...
For all we know, Bronco may be eating out.
Young man.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Bertie, but we have to go as soon as Bronco comes from his French lesson.
Oh, did he get started, Miss Olson, today?
Well, he's anxious to learn.
That's some teacher he's got. Red hair, green eyes, and a velvet voice.
Bertie, you haven't even seen her.
No, sir, but I talked to her over the phone. And what she's got comes over the phone.
Really? I don't know why we're spending so much time talking about Miss Olson.
Yeah, Marjorie's right. Let's talk about something else, Leroy. Bertie.
Oh, I didn't know she was a sore subject. Sorry, Miss Marjorie.
Well, there's nothing to be sorry about.
Hurry, oh, prontom, tra-la-la-la.
Well, here's Bronco.
Oh, prontom, tra-la-la-la.
Bronco, stop it.
Oh, hi, Marge, honey. I was singing part of my French lesson.
What are you going to be, a singing French waiter?
Leroy, let me give you some advice. While you're in school, take French.
It's safer than waiting until I get married.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Tell him, Marge.
Come along, Bronco. Let's go home and I'll fix your dinner, and unless you've already eaten.
Well, what makes you think I've had dinner, Marge?
Well, you're a little late. Do you know what time it is?
I know it's time Bertie went to the kitchen.
What? Oh, I didn't realize it was so late. Miss Olson made the lesson so interesting, I didn't know what time it was.
Oh, brother. Well, I'll tell you what time it is. It's time you gave up those ridiculous French lessons.
Zeke, I'm glad I'm not in this.
Yeah, but Marge, you thought it was a great idea.
It wasn't my idea. It was Uncle Mort's.
See, I am in it.
Marge, honey, how will I ever learn French?
Let's stick to some plain English. You go home.
Why, Marge?
No, Marjorie, if you take my advice.
That's the trouble. We took it.
But...
Hey, Aunt, can I come out from under the couch now?
Yes. Bertie, let's have the roast.
I thought we just had a roasting.
What a family.
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute.
April 7th, 1954, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I was singing in the shower, singing El Solo Mio. Oh, Solo Mio. As I was singing Mio, I sneezed. So I'm drying up, and I sneeze again. And I blow my nose. A whole bunch of stuff comes out. I'm suddenly realizing that I am breathing out of my nose the best I've ever breathed out of my nose in years. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden now I'm breathing. What has happened in the past year? I'm a balance of ages. Little by little every day, if I experience it, I'm happy. I'm sure this has to do with the balance of nature. I'm sure it does.
When you call, use discount code USA, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
So the other evening I was working on my laptop on the edge of the bed, and I just fell over. I just fell asleep, and it's these Giza Dreams bed sheets. And I snuggle up with them, and I snuggle up with my pillow, and my gosh, I've slept in a lot of hotels in my time. Really nice hotels, top quality, and none of them have anything like these Giza Dreams bed sheets. But don't take my word for it. Go to mypillow.com, use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. Give them a try. What have you got to lose? Go to mypillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams bed sheets, and you can sleep just as well as I do. I have a wonderful night's sleep with my MyPillow and my Giza Dreams bed sheets. MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
It's amazing but true. When it comes to one of America's biggest household expenditures, healthcare, a lot of people think they've got no choice. People are used to thinking we have to do it this way, but they don't. Yes, you have the freedom to choose an alternative with your healthcare. It's MediShare, and it costs way less than the alternatives. The typical family saves $500 a month, not a year, a month. And if you're single, this can save you a lot too. And let's face it, a big reason MediShare is 400,000 people strong, it just works. They've shared over $3 billion in medical bills, so they can help share your needs too. Joining MediShare for so many people is one of those things that makes you say, why didn't I do this before? So yes, the time has come for something better. Look into joining MediShare and see why so many people are opting out of the old way and into the new. Why not look into this? Just call 855-90-SALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-SALM.
You're listening to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. April 7th, 1954, Willard Waterman is the Great Gildersleeve.
What's that? Need menu planning help? Then you need Velveeta, Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese food. Smooth melting Velveeta is perfectly wonderful for cooking, not only for omelets, soufflés, and casseroles, but for a marvelous smooth cheese sauce, too. A glorious golden cheese sauce you can pour over seafood or vegetables or toast or serve any number of ways. And Velveeta sauce is easy to make in just a few minutes. All you do is melt a half-pound of Velveeta in the top of the double boiler. You'll notice it melts quickly, smoothly, without any lumps. Then stir in a third of a cup of milk, a little at a time, season, and there it is. Try it. See for yourself how delicious it is, full of the fine, rich, yet mild cheddar cheese flavor that's made Velveeta so popular. You'll be glad to know that Velveeta makes this sauce truly nourishing, too. By 2 ounces of Velveeta, the amount you get in an average serving gives you more of milk's vital food values than a big 8-ounce glass of milk. Remember that, Mom, and make Velveeta your handy helper for serving all kinds of healthy, good-eating, hot main dishes. It's a special help now during Lent. Get a 2-pound loaf of Velveeta tomorrow. Just be sure you see the name Velveeta on the package, because Velveeta is the finest quality cheese food you can buy. Velveeta, made only by Kraft. Well, things are usually quiet and peaceful around the Great Gildersleeve's house, but last night there was some fireworks. When Gildersleeve arranged for Marjorie's husband to take French lessons from a very pretty girl, he got the book thrown at him.
Bertie, I think Marjorie was very unreasonable about this.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm neutral.
I know how you can settle the whole thing, Unc.
What's this, Leroy?
Just go over and tell Marjorie how unreasonable she is.
Leroy, you're just trying to stir things up again.
Yeah.
I wonder how Bronco's making out over there. Bertie?
Bertie's neutral.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering if you'd care to slip over there for a cup of sugar and find out how things are.
I already been over there on the pretext of borrowing some eggs.
Oh?
And about an hour after, I was over there pretending we was out of bread.
How were things?
Well, that's the first time Bertie ever saw icicles hanging in the house in April.
Hey, here comes Bronco now, sneaking in the back way.
That poor Mr. Bronco. Of course, I'm neutral.
No, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Come in, Bronco.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Morning, Mr. Bronco.
Hi. Sneaked out of the house, huh, Bronco?
No, I just have something to discuss with Mr. Gildersleeve.
You're all right, Bronco.
Excuse me, I'm neutral anyway.
Leroy?
I'm going to stay. I'm on your side.
Young man, leave the field.
Okay, but if you get into trouble again, don't call me.
That boy. Well, Bronco, what's on your mind? I hope you don't feel I'm responsible for your little tip.
No, it's not your fault.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and Marge is getting over it.
Good.
Yeah, she got up 5 minutes early this morning, had my breakfast on the table, and didn't even burn the toast.
Wonderful. What'd she have to say?
Well, she didn't talk to me, but she didn't burn the toast.
Well, that's a good sign.
The way I see it, Mr. Gildersleeve, marriage is a matter of give and take.
Well, yes.
And I've decided to give.
Good boy.
Yeah, next time I see Miss Olson, I'll just make some excuse for dropping the lessons.
By George, I think you're right, Bronco. But I wouldn't wait. I'd get on the phone right now and call him off.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, I'll do it. Yes, sir. Clear it up once and for all. Oh, what's Miss Olson's number?
Lilac 279.
The lilac, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, the clouds are beginning to roll away.
You bet.
La, 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 la.
Unky.
Oh, Marjorie. I didn't hear you come in.
Unky, I'm so sorry about the way I behaved.
Well...
It was silly of me to give a second thought to Miss Olson.
Hello? Miss Olson?
Bronco Thompson!
Hey, has it started again?
Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Peavy, you can give me an aspirin and a swift kick.
Very well. I'll have to charge you for the aspirin, but the kick is on the house.
April 7th, 1954, Harold Perry is the Great Gildersleeve. I'm Wyatt Cox. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater right here on your favorite radio station.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved, I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
Hi, I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
You know, once I leave my studio and my office here, I go home and I do a lot of online work for Classic Radio Theater and other things. And the other night I was sitting there just typing away on the computer, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed with my laptop, and I just fall out. And it's these new Giza Dream sheets. You know, I've always said I have the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow, and I didn't think it could get better. But these Giza Dreams bed sheets are amazing. I've stayed at my share of top-quality hotels over my time. But you know, these are some of the best sheets I've ever slept on. And you can sleep on them too. Brought over from this beautiful Giza region, from the Sahara, the Mediterranean, the Nile. And these sheets are so comfortable. No problem getting them on my little thicker than usual mattress because they've got these deep pockets in them. They fit remarkably well. And the pillowcases fit over my MyPillows without an issue. Folks, don't just trust me on this. You don't know me that well, but you've heard me talk about this, and I sleep so well. Thanks to these MyPillows and thanks to the Giza Dream sheets, it's so comfortable at night. Just check it out for your own self. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dream Sheet Special. Use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. What have you got to lose? Go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code USA. And by the way, that promo code works on just about anything on the website. So do some nosing around. Do some shopping. After all, there's somebody on there, something for everybody you'll find in your life, don't you know?
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
If you enjoy our Classic Radio Theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus Classic Radio Theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of the Great Gildersleeve. March 7th, 1954, Gildy talking with Peavy about an oops.
What's the trouble, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, Marjorie's upset about Bronco taking French lessons from Marie Olson. She's letting her imagination run away with her.
Now is afraid of that.
Well, I've learned my lesson. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it. Well, I am. As it stands now, Marjorie blames me for the whole thing.
Well, I can understand how a woman like Miss Olson could rock a man's boat.
Yeah, but if Marjorie only knew how fond Marie is of me, she... Say, isn't that Marie out front?
No, it isn't Mrs. Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Peavy.
Well, hello, Miss Olson.
And Throckmorton.
Hello, Marie.
You're just the man I want to see. Mr. Thompson called me this morning.
Yes, I know about that.
He offered no explanation. Perhaps you can tell me what happened?
Well, quite a few things have happened.
Did he decide not to go abroad?
He almost had to leave last night.
I don't understand.
As a matter of cold fact, Marie, my niece objected to Bronco taking lessons from you.
Oh?
A little jealousy, I believe. Too attractive a teacher.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, Peavy warned me.
He warned you about me?
Mr. Gildersleeve.
What I mean is, Mr. Peavy thinks you're pretty devastating.
Why, Mr. Peavy, do you feel that way about me? Mr. Peavy, you're blushing.
Well, I feel like a little boy caught in the cookie jar.
Oh, Mr. Peavy, I think you're devastating, too.
Thank you. Hey, now.
Oh, my goodness.
Throckmorton, you have me concerned. What can I do to make a friend of your niece?
Well, I have a suggestion.
I thought you weren't going to make any more suggestions.
If Marjorie's never met you, why not come out for an evening and we'll all get together?
I think that would be wonderful.
You bet. We'll clear the air.
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve, but are you sure you're not blowing up another storm?
Oh, Peavy, if your wife was jealous of Marie here, you know it would help if you brought her home and introduced her to Mrs. Peavy.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie?
How's Miss Marjorie and Mr. Bronco getting along in the parlor?
Well, things are pretty well patched up, but I'm going to prove to Marjorie that Miss Olson's interested only in me.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, when Miss Olson comes, I'm going to make Marjorie think things are pretty serious between us.
Miss Olson will like that.
Right?
I know she's had her eye on you for a long time. That comes over the phone, too.
No, I'm not getting involved, Bertie. I'm too fast on my feet for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just doing this to impress Marjorie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I better join the kids.
Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes?
I know you're fast on your feet, but don't stumble.
Kiddies, am I intruding?
Not at all, Mr. Gildersleeve. Marge and I are still making up.
Oh, Bronco, let's not talk about it anymore. When are you going for Miss Olson, Unky?
Oh, she's coming in a cab.
You're letting her come in a cab?
Well, I haven't told you, Marjorie. But Marie and I are fairly close to an understanding.
What do you mean?
Well, I may pop the question one of these days.
Yeah? Well, may I be the first to congratulate you?
Now, wait a minute, Bronco. Oh, excuse me. That must be Marie. I'll let her in.
Well, you see, Marge, she doesn't like me. She likes your uncle.
She's probably too old for you anyway.
Marie, come in.
Thank you, Throckmorton.
Yeah, let me take your hat. You look lovely tonight, as usual.
Thank you.
She is attractive.
No, just an ordinary type. Red hair, green eyes, good figure and an accent.
Now, I want you to meet Mr. Thompson's wife, my niece, Marjorie.
I've been looking forward to this, Mrs. Thompson.
How do you do, Miss Olson?
Yeah, and of course you know Bronco. Mr. Thompson.
Hello again, Mr. Thompson.
Miss Olson?
I've been anxious to have the little family meet you, Marie. My dear. I like to have everyone's approval.
Why, Throckmorton.
Well, Marie, suppose you sit over here on the couch by me.
I'll be very happy to sit by you.
Can you imagine Unky like this, Bronco?
No, he's got it bad.
Marjorie, you look surprised. But it just happens that Marie and I hit it off right from the start. Didn't we, Marie?
I found your uncle a delightful companion, Marjorie. May I call you Marjorie?
Of course you may. Marie.
I like that.
Yeah, we're practically just one big happy family. We must do a lot of double dating together.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
Just as long as I have Throckmorton to myself some of the time.
I'm getting in pretty deep here.
Really, Bronco, I think we'd better go.
What? Oh, yeah.
No, not yet. It's early.
Maybe it's late for them.
Oh, yeah. Besides, you two lovebirds don't want to sit around with an old married couple like us.
But, Bronco, please.
Yeah, come on, Marge. Good night, Miss Olson.
Good night, Mr. Thompson. I wish you luck in Europe.
Oh, thank you.
She's very nice, Unky. I hope you'll be very happy.
Yeah, but...
Good night, Marie. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of each other.
I hope so. Good night, Marjorie.
They left in a hurry, didn't they?
They were very discreet. And now that we're alone, you may begin where you left off, dear.
Zeke, maybe I'd better catch a boat to Europe.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Mary Lee Robb, Dick Crenna, Gladys Holland, and Dick LeGrand. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
April 7th, 1954, Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
Hi, I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Aronson. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
If you enjoy our Classic Radio Theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus Classic Radio Theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline. Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 888-998-7225. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 888-998-7225, 888-998-7225, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 888-998-7225, 888-998-7225, 888-998-7225.
The best sleep of my life has been since I got a MyPillow and since I got my Giza Dream sheets. I have to tell you, I've slept in some great hotels in my time, but nothing like these Giza Dreams sheets. Now go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams sheet special. You'll find out all about them and use my promo code USA to get 30% off and free shipping. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams sheet special, use my promo code USA. Now on Classic Radio Theater, an episode of The Couple Next Door, as it was originally broadcast April 7th, 1960.
CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Come in. I just heard about it. I bumped into Myra at the supermarket, and she said, "Did you know the Pipers had their house robbed?" And I said, "No."
Come in, sit down. In fact, come out the kitchen. I'll make you some coffee. I meant to call you, Eleanor, but with all the excitement...
When did it happen?
Well, let's see. We got home from the family reunion Monday night. Tuesday night. We had car trouble up there. Couldn't start home until Tuesday morning. It's about 350 miles, from Pike Lake.
I heard you had all your clothes stolen.
Oh, no. Mostly the silverware in my jewelry box.
Why, Myra said the burglars had backed a truck up to the door and just carted off all your furniture and your clothes.
Oh, no. Honestly, how stories get around.
Well, I saw your furniture wasn't taken when I walked in. And anyhow, I know Myra always exaggerates everything.
I know.
But even so, to have anything stolen, doesn't it give you a funny feeling to know somebody was in here just prowling around?
Oh, does it? I should say. We apparently saw the burglar,
No,
yes.
You actually saw him?
Yes, we drove up. There he was at the front door. We figured out later he heard us coming. Flew out the front door and pretended to be somebody looking for somebody else's house,
Did you know then that he was the burglar?
Oh, no, not then. Not then, Eleanor. He asked where the Hellbrights lived or somebody, and we said we didn't know, and off he went. Well, when we discovered the silverware gone and called the police, then we remembered this man had been carrying a sack of some sort, a white sack. You know what it was?
What?
A pillowcase. I had noticed one of the pillowcases was taken off one of the beds. One of my good percales.
Oh, isn't that a shame?
Oh, I was just sick. And the police, when they arrived, said that's what burglars do sometimes. Take a pillowcase to carry off the loot.
Well, put on some coffee and tell me all about it.
Will you get it, dear?
Yeah, I'll get it. Sit still.
To me, I spent the day telling the story. People dropping in and the phone ringing.
Hello? Yeah. What? Funny nobody answered. Just hung up the receiver.
Oh, isn't that funny? Honestly, you think it was the burglar?
Oh, no. Why would he call up?
Well, to see if we're home this evening or something.
What does he care? He got the silverware and the jewel box and my portable typewriter and heaven knows what else.
Now, we should have made a list of everything we had in case of fire theft, just as the insurance man suggested.
Now, don't talk to me about the insurance man.
It's not his fault. We aren't covered. Now, don't start that again.
Oh, I know. I probably didn't read our insurance policy very carefully. But as I said last night, how do you ever wade through all that fine print without a microscope? Just the same, I certainly thought we had more theft insurance than $300 on our silverware.
Yes.
I thought when you had a $3,000 policy on theft insurance, it included anything in your house that was stolen.
Well, now we know it doesn't with the type of policy we had. He said he explained it to you, dear. We should have had a separate theft insurance policy on silverware, jewelry, and furs.
All right,
now, he tried to
but
sell
I tell you, I just don't seem to understand insurance, man. That's all. I really don't.
You know why? Mr. Reed explained something, and I can see you don't understand it any more than I do, but you don't want to ask questions because it will look as though you're stupid or something.
Oh.
No, it's true. I was telling Eleanor about it today, and she said Fred is the same way.
Well,
She said she is going to check on their insurance policies. I wonder who that was on the phone.
Huh? Oh, it's just probably a wrong number. I mean, you're just jumpy, that's all.
I guess so. Oh, Eleanor told me something else. She said that when...
Right, I'll get it. Sit still. Hello? Oh, yes, it is.
Who is it, dear?
What? You You mean you caught him?
Oh, is it the police? They caught the burglar?
Well,
dear?
yes, I guess we could. We'll have to get a babysitter. We have 2 children. And, hold on just a minute.
Is it the police?
The police,
Is
that Lieutenant Doyle who was out here the other night.
Yes,
they got several, suspects lined up, and they want us to come down and see if we can identify the burglar.
You mean we have to pick him out and say that's the one?
Yes, that's you think we can get a babysitter? Do you think we can get a babysitter?
Well,
it's
I'm
only
thinking.
8:30.
Yeah, well, I can try.
Hello. Yes, we'll try to get a babysitter and call you back. Okay.
Well, oh dear. Will they put him in jail at once if we say he's the one?
Well, I will have to prefer charges, and then he goes to trial.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Poor thing.
The poor thing?
Well, maybe there's some reason why he stole our silverware and things.
Yeah.
Maybe he's married and couldn't get a job and has several children to feed. There's always some psychological reason why people steal. Maybe his father used to beat him. Maybe his mother deserted him.
For the love of Mike, for the last 2 days, you've been screaming that you hope they'd catch him and send him to Devil's Island for life.
Why, I never said any such thing. Besides, Devil's Island isn't...
All right, come on. See if we can dig up a babysitter. How about Sally Hutchinson?
What if the poor man does have starving children? And he only robbed our house to feed the poor little things,
Will you stop feeling sorry for the burglar? He took our silverware, your ruby ring, your pearls.
I know, dear.
Not only that, but he made coffee and scrambled eggs and left the dirty dishes in the sink.
Yes, I forgot that. I'll get a babysitter right away.
Mrs. Piper, Mr. Piper. Oh, now you want to step this way?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, honey.
I'm coming. This makes me nervous. I hate to identify anyone. Might make him mad. Supposing he breaks out of jail later on and sneaks back to our house to get even with us or something.
Stop worrying.
All right, in here, please. Now, we have several suspects lined up. And you see if you can identify the one you saw from this lineup. Now, people are often mistaken, and it's the fair way to judge, by comparison.
Well, I wouldn't be mistaken, Inspector Doyle. I mean, I'd know him the minute I saw him again, wouldn't you, dear?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Wilkins, we're ready. Bring the men on.
Oh, dear.
Now, there's nothing to worry about,
Well,
Mrs. Piper. You can see them, but they can't see you.
Yes.
We'll be in the dark.
Yes, I know. It's just... Oh, dear.
Do you see them?
Well, I don't know yet.
Now, take a good look at all of them. You don't want to identify the wrong man.
No. You see him, dear?
Well, no, just a second.
Now, take your time. Take a good look at all of them.
Well, I know which one it is, don't you, dear?
Yes, I think so.
Now, take your time. You want to be sure of your identification.
Yes, well, Inspector, I don't need any more time. I know exactly which one it is. Goodness, just gives me the funniest feeling to even see him again. We had just driven up, officer, last Tuesday when we saw this man apparently standing at our front door.
We told him all that the night of the robbery.
Well, I know, dear, but what I was leading up to was that this burglar has the kind of face, you just can't forget.
You'll definitely see him up there in the lineup.
Oh, yes, I thought so the minute they started walking in. Now I'm sure.
Well, which one is it?
Second one from the left, in the turtleneck sweater.
You're positive?
Oh, I'd know him anywhere. Just what I said. He's got the kind of face you'd recognize instantly. Kind of a tight little, mean mouth and those little shifty eyes.
Mr. Piper?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I just wanted to make sure before I said anything.
That's all right. I said take your time.
Yes, I did. I'm ready now. I'm ready, and I agree with my wife. It's the second one from the left. That's right, in the turtleneck sweater, the tough-looking one.
You're positive?
Oh, yes. No question about it. I'd know him anywhere.
Okay, Wilkins, that's all. Take him away. Mrs. Piper, Mr. Piper, now that you've positively identified the burglar, would you mind stepping back into my office this way?
What happens now?
Well, I don't know. I think we have to prefer charges.
Oh, dear. I hope it doesn't make the burglar mad.
Oh. Come on.
down, Mrs. Piper. Mr. Piper.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, you are both positive that the man you just identified in the lineup is the man you saw the night your house was robbed.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. We just couldn't mistake him, officer.
No, same man,
No.
all right. I mean,
Yes.
there's no question about that.
You're both positive?
Oh, yes.
I
yes,
am,
yes,
yes.
I am, too. Yes,
Well,
yes,
then, I'm sure you'll be interested to learn that the man you identified as the burglar is Captain Folsom of the Homicide Squad.
No. Good heavens, isn't that terrible? Well, my husband has been saying for years this town ought to be cleaned up. Well, you were right, dear. Here's a policeman robbing houses. My goodness, officer. How did you ever catch him at it?
Dear, no.
What?
I mean, he didn't mean
Captain
that.
Folsom took a place in the lineup, Mrs. Piper, so you wouldn't make a mistake in identity. And I trust you see how important it is to make sure of your identifications before you make accusations.
I know the man in the turtleneck sweater is the man who was at our house. I know that's the man, but I wouldn't mistake him, dear.
Don't you see? It's impossible.
Well, it isn't impossible. I don't know how many times things have happened in this town, and you said yourself you wondered if the police weren't in cahoots with, the underworld syndicate or whatever.
Just joking, officer. You police are doing a very fine job, and I'll appreciate anything you can do to catch the real burglar. Yes, sir. Come on, dear. It's late. Let's get on home, shall we? And thank you, officer. You've been very kind about all this. And good night, sir.
Good night. We'll call you if there's anything new.
Yes, go on, dear.
Well,
go on. Good night, officer.
Well, why are you glaring at me? Made me mad. I think it's unfair to put policemen in a criminal lineup just to confuse you and make a fool out of you.
But he wasn't trying to make a fool out of you. He was showing us how an innocent man can be mistakenly identified and accused.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I still think it was the man in the turtleneck sweater.
Oh,
yes,
come on,
yes,
come
you can
on.
say all you like, dear.
April 7th, 1960, The Couple Next Door on Classic Radio Theater. Visit our webpage, classicradio.stream. Email classicradiotheater@gmail.com. Our podcasts anywhere fine podcasts are served. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thanks for listening. Thank this station. Support the advertisers and tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.
The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Dragnet.
This is Classic Radio Theater.
Gangbusters!
I was a communist for the FBI.
Lights out. Everybody.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
An episode of Crime Classics from April 7th, 1954, another Elliott Lewis creation. This episode entitled The General's Daughter, the Czar's Lieutenant, and the Linen Closet. A Russian Tragedy.
Good evening. This is Crime Classics. I am Thomas Hyland with another true story of crime. Listen. That was a man lying down on a wooden slab. Chain his right leg, chain his left leg, chain his right arm, his left, shackle his neck. And now a friend of the recumbent man walks over to where the whip is hung, takes it and comes back. Its thongs are 4 feet long, attached to an iron ring, attached to another thong 2 feet long. These last thongs being dipped in milk and dried in the sun to harden them. Now the whipper gestures to his lieutenant that he is ready, and the lieutenant gives a command.
Whip!
which command eventually got the lieutenant in big trouble. Tonight, my report to you on The General's Daughter, the Tsar's Lieutenant, and the Linen Closet, a Russian tragedy.
Crime Classics, a series of true crime stories taken from the records and newspapers of every land, from every time. Your host each week, Mr. Thomas Hyland, connoisseur of crime, student of violence, and teller of murders. Now, once again, Mr. Thomas Hyland.
Catherine the Great had just died, and the great bells of St. Petersburg tolled their requiem. Tolled again the ascension to the throne of Paul I. Paul, as you know, was a trial to the Russian people, and what with him and the awful stretches of the steppes, many songs were written about death and broken hearts and treachery in the home. Vodka, first condemned as an opiate of the people, came into its own during Paul's reign. Too, Russian troops had taken their first defeats in the Alps, and returning to St. Petersburg, told of giants 8 feet tall.
Closer to 9 feet.
Or closer to 9 feet, according to Lieutenant Fyodor Romayev, as he told it to the general and his daughter.
And standing like eagles on the crags of the Alps.
Does such talking bring flutters to you, daughter? Do you wish him to desist?
Oh, no.
Vanyenka Alexandrovna Chermayev, I do not wish to offend you.
Fyodor Petrovich Romayev, please continue. The bravery of yourself and your men who died all about you brings all at once gladness and sadness to me.
Almost 9 feet tall, struck terror in the hearts of all of us.
Even you, Fyodor Petrovich?
I do not like to say.
Then I will say it. Since I was friend to your father, Grigor Stepanovich Romayev, general of the Russians, I know there could be no fear in you, his son.
I thank you, my general.
That I could have stood at your side. But I am too old. Too old.
Oh, Father, do not say.
Too old. Old. The old vines wither and know not springtime, nor grapes.
I kiss you, Father. And now see, it is past your bedtime.
True.
Then go. Go. Fyodor Petrovich, I fly into your arms. Oh, the ecstasy that you've come back.
Vanyenka, Yablushka, little apple. How the memory of you warmed me where there was ice and mountains.
I kiss your dear lips.
Yet...
Yet what?
I am a defeated soldier.
No.
Not to you, Vanyenka?
There is victory yet, Fyodor. No less in the Alps than here. Go to my father. Ask him for my hand in marriage.
Dare I?
Does the thought of it frighten you? To face my father and ask him for me?
You are his only joy, his only child.
And you are frightened. You who faced men 9 feet tall.
Some of them closer to 10. Many of them.
Then what fright could you have?
I will ask him.
When?
Soon. Now, hold me. Hold me. So cold it was in Switzerland and lonely.
Fyodor was back home, and back home he had it pretty good. Because he was the son of General Chermayev's best, though dead, comrade-at-arms, the youth was given an apartment in the general's palace, which eventually led to more than a nodding acquaintance with the general's wine cellar, the general's library, and the general's daughter, Vanyenka. A few words about Vanyenka. She was beautiful, great black eyes, straight nose, lips that drew back slightly at their corners in sympathy with a disdainful expression on her face. Her manner was proud and unapproachable, goddess-like. Yet all was not caviar and sour cream, as the saying went.
Fyodor.
Yes, little apple?
When will you ask my father for my hand?
Kiss me.
No. When will you ask my father...
But you are but 17.
And an untutored child who finds no favor in your eyes.
Vanyenka, sing to me. Sing to me the song of the gypsy whose sweetheart drowned in the Neva. sing
Get
to me.
out of my apartment. Out! Out, lover with the heart of a pigeon.
Vanyenka,
What?
I will ask him.
When?
He has asked me, the general, to hunt with him the boar, tomorrow. In the lodge in the forest, when the hunt is done, I will ask him, since he is always in good cheer at this time. Now, kiss me.
I want to.
So, rest, Shadowfarm, rest, beautiful beast, child of the wolf and child of the dog. You hunted well, Shadowvar, and I love you. Fyodor Petrovich.
Yes, General.
You are a good lad. You please me, lad. In you I see myself in youth.
General.
What?
Of Vanyenka.
Oh, Vanyenka. Vanyenka, my ruby, my delight.
I wish to marry her.
You wish to marry her?
Exactly. My soul longs for her.
Alas.
Alas?
Too late. Too late. But 2 days ago...
What?
I gave her hand to Vasily Vasilovich, favorite of the Czar. In 6 months, when Vanyenka is 18, she will marry Vasily Vasilovich.
That is terrible.
Your heart is broken.
Alas.
You think of the Neva?
Yes.
Too late. Too late.
Fyodor.
Yes?
I am happy you are back from hunting the boar.
As am I.
Fyodor.
Yes, little apple.
What's to become of us?
Life goes on, little apple.
In truth, did he say that?
What?
My father said I would marry Vasily Vasilovich.
Truth, when you are 18.
But Vasily Vasilovich is a fool and he's clumsy. He falls down at such inappropriate times. Often one is in the middle of a sentence to him.
But yet your father promised you to him.
What is to become of us?
I will remain at the palace until your wedding.
Promise me, oh, promise.
I promise.
I will go to my father and say I do not wish to be married until I am 20.
Vanyenka Yablushka.
Fyodor Petrovich.
And then, the next day, a small thing happened. Gregory Litnoy, a servant in the palace, spilled some soup on the handsome new gown of Vanyenka, which ruined it, beet stains being impossible to remove at this time, which caused Vanyenka to become furious.
Flog him! Flog him!
Mercy! Mercy!
Take him out of here! I will tell Fyodor, and he will see that this serf is flogged.
And you remember what happened. A few days later, Fyodor supervised the serf flogging, while Vanyenka watched from her second-story apartment, proud of the way her Fyodor gave the commands. However, a few days later, when the serf Gregory was able to get around again...
Come in. Come in. Now, get up. Get up, Gregory Litnoy. So, how are your wounds from the flogging?
Ivan the flogger laid the knout into my back, and where I am muzzled, else I should be dead.
Well, you deserve to be whipped.
Yes.
Now, what is it? Oh, why have you come for an audience? Do not things go well in the kitchen? What?
They go well in the kitchen as they go well elsewhere, Excellency.
Then what?
Oh, how well.
What are you talking about?
Down the corridor where your daughter's apartment is, they go best of all. She and Fyodor Petrovich...
Swine! What foul words?
No, listen.
Yes, I'll listen, and then, hound of a man, I'll skin you alive.
If my words are false, lay the knout against me till it takes away all the skin, but only listen.
Speak, then.
Even now, Excellency, Vanyenka and the lieutenant, lovers. that sing to each other while Anushka, the maidservant, pours them wine and prepares all manner of things. No, lashes, Excellency. Do not whip me till you have seen with your own eyes.
Yes, I will see. And I will tell you this. If it is true what you say, and if Fyodor Petrovich is in the apartment of Vaninka...
You will flog her?
Till her death.
And him?
Till his death.
I open the door for you, Excellency.
The whip the general was carrying was a boar hide and covered with brass studs. It had been his favorite since his days at the academy, when he was given to stopping serfs in the street and making of them living examples of his skill with the whip. Now he was on his way to visit his daughter.
You are listening to Crime Classics, and your host, Thomas Hyland.
April 7th, 1954, Crime Classics. The program continues in 3 minutes on Classic Radio Theater.
This is a national health alert from the Healthcare Hotline. Are you on Medicare and or have private insurance and suffer from back pain? MD Topical has a solution for you. Today, you can qualify to receive a pain-relieving treatment, such as a comfortable back brace or a customized pain treatment at little or no cost. Call MD Topical toll-free now, 877-875-5909. It just takes a couple of minutes to qualify for these amazing treatments that have helped thousands of people with severe pain. Your personalized pain treatment will be delivered directly to your door. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com and get started on your road to a pain-free life. Call MD Topical toll-free, 877-875-5909, or go to mdtopical.com.
So the other evening I was working on my laptop on the edge of the bed, and I just fell over. I just fell asleep, and it's these Giza Dreams bed sheets. And I snuggle up with them, and I snuggle up with my pillow, and my gosh, I've slept in a lot of hotels in my time. Really nice hotels, top quality, and none of them have anything like these Giza Dreams bed sheets. But don't take my word for it. Go to mypillow.com, use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. Give them a try. What have you got to lose? Go to mypillow.com, click on the Giza Dreams bed sheets, and you can sleep just as well as I do. I have a wonderful night's sleep with my MyPillow and my Giza Dreams bed sheets. mypillow.com, use promo code USA, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved, I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Ariston. I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station, April 7th, 1954, Crime Classics.
Every Thursday night, CBS Radio invites you to escape. In a powerful story typical of this unique drama series, CBS Radio presents The Scarlet Plague tomorrow night on most of these same stations. Hear what might happen if a pestilence wiped out everyone on Earth, except one lone professor and a girl. Hear it on Escape, tomorrow night, at the Star's address. And now, once again, Thomas Hyland in the second act of Crime Classics, and his report to you on The General's Daughter, the Czar's Lieutenant, and the Linen Closet, a Russian tragedy.
St. Petersburg in the first year of the 19th century. A young city then, less than 100 years old. Created and built by Peter the Great, it boasted fine cathedrals and canals, and a headsman's chopping block second to none. It was in this city, in this era, you'll remember, which gave to the Russian court the Suvorov sisters, Anna and Fanya, who confounded and delighted and who sent to an early grave the false Dmitri. One of the most beautiful thoroughfares of the city was the Nevsky Prospect, and where it bridged the Neva on the escarpment was the palace of General Alexander Chermayov, retired. At the moment, he was on his way to flog his daughter to death, and her lover, too, which young people were even now at byplay.
My turn now.
Anushka! Coming, Vanyika Alexandrovna. The eggs are boiled to hardness.
My turn. Now, what design shall I paint on this one?
Cherubims and doves.
Good. Oh, good.
Vaninka?
Your papa, Fyodor Petrovich.
If he finds me here.
Vaninka Alexandrovna.
Yes, Papa.
Open the door.
A moment, Papa.
Open the door.
Quickly, Fyodor, in the linen closet.
Yes.
Get in. Now lie down. Anushka, get linen. Put linen on top. Cover him.
It is I, General Alexander Chermayov. And I demand it. Open the door to your papa.
In a second, Papa. Quickly, Anushka, quickly.
It is done.
Put down the door and close it. Now lock it. Now sit on it.
Yes.
Papa, come in. What delight to see you at this time of day.
Where is he?
Where is who, Papa? Where is who, Anushka?
I do not know.
Nor do I. Whom do you wish, Papa?
Fyodor Petrovich Romayov.
Fyodor
Petrovich Romayov. The scoundrel, the black-hearted one who comes here to your room.
To my room? Look about you and see if he is here.
And if he is, do you see this whip?
If he is in this room, I should expect the whip, Papa.
Well said. Well spoken, daughter. Then I have your honor that he is not here.
You have my honor.
And yours, Anushka Olga Lopatin?
Oh, yes.
Why are you sitting on the linen closet?
What?
It is where she sits when she assists me to paint eggs.
And this you have been doing?
All afternoon.
Ooh, such marvels you have painted. It has been years since I have done such a youthful pleasure. Daughter, if now I joined you at this sport...
Oh, I want you to.
And it's being just before Easter, and since it was the custom for the masters to supply the serfs with gaily colored eggs, father and daughter painted while Anushka boiled and brought. And there was conversation.
Fyodor has asked me for your hand, Vaninka.
Yes, I know.
I informed him when you are 18, you will marry Vasily Vasilovich.
Can I not wait until I'm 20?
On the day that you are 18.
And so it went. 3 hours, talk, tea, painting. Then the general got up.
It has been a pleasure, Vaninka. I will see you
Now, quickly, Anushka. Open the linen closet.
Fyodor Petrovich, let go the tablecloth. Oh. Vaninka. What? Dead. He's dead.
Oh, beloved.
Suffocated.
What is to become of me?
If your father finds this corpse here, he will whip you to death.
I will throw myself into the Neva.
Oh, it is not necessary. My brother Ivan...
What can he do?
He will dispose of Fyodor in such a way...
Oh!
Do not worry your pretty head. He has disposed before. I know. Oh, do not sob. Do not cry. The dead are dead. And always flows the Neva.
I must tell you that Ivan, the brother of Anushka, is the same Ivan who flogged Gregory. And Gregory, you'll remember, is the same Gregory who snitched on Vaninka Alexandrovna and Fyodor Petrovich. And now the way Ivan disposed of Fyodor's body was this. Since there was still ice on the Neva, he cut a hole in it and stuffed the body into the icy waters. The cold wind quickly froze shut the ice again, and Fyodor's body, flowing with the swift current of the river, some time later entered the Gulf of Finland.
The conclusion of Crime Classics in 4 minutes here on Classic Radio Theater.
Do you wish you could get better sleep and maybe lose a few pounds? Maybe more than a few pounds? Well, there's this product called Calitrin that helps with both sleep and weight loss. Just listen to what people are saying about it.
I've been taking Calitrin for right about 3 months, and I've lost 24 pounds and 19 overall inches. But my sleep has improved. I have so much more energy, and I have the desire to succeed more than ever. Anyone who needs weight loss, more energy, and better sleep, this product really does deliver.
I'm Roger. Over the 3 months that I took the product, my sleeping habits are increasingly much better. I got a better night's sleep, and I just can't say enough about the product and how it makes you feel. Also, additionally lost a little bit of weight on the program as well.
Hi, this is Erin, and I take Calitrin for weight loss, and I've lost about 20 pounds, and I feel great.
Calitrin is scientifically proven to help with sleep and weight loss safely and effectively. Check it out at toploss.com. That's toploss.com.
You know, once I leave my studio and my office here, I go home and I do a lot of online work for Classic Radio Theater and other things. And the other night I was sitting there just typing away on the computer, and the next thing I know, I'm out cold. I'm sitting there on the edge of the bed with my laptop, and I just fall out. And it's these new Giza Dream sheets. You know, I've always said I have the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow, and I didn't think it could get better. But these Giza Dreams bed sheets are amazing. I've stayed at my share of top-quality hotels over my time. But you know, these are some of the best sheets I've ever slept on. And you can sleep on them, too. Brought over from this beautiful Giza region, from the Sahara, the Mediterranean, the Nile. And these sheets are so comfortable. No problem getting them on my little thicker-than-usual mattress because they've got these deep pockets in them. They fit remarkably well. And the pillowcases fit over my MyPillows without an issue. Folks, don't just trust me on this. You don't know me that well, but you've heard me talk about this, and I sleep so well. Thanks to these MyPillows, and thanks to the Giza Dream sheets, it's so comfortable at night. Just check it out for your own self. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Giza Dream Sheets special. Use my promo code USA, and you'll get 30% off and free shipping. 30% off and free shipping. What have you got to lose? Go to MyPillow.com, enter promo code USA. And by the way, that promo code works on just about anything on the website. So do some nosing around. Do some shopping. After all, there's somebody on there, something for everybody you'll find in your life, don't you know?
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
If you enjoy our classic radio theater broadcasts and want to start building a collection of your own, go to classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. There you'll find links to great classic radio collections on CD, along with links to great reading on classic radio, plus classic radio theater on demand. Check out our webpage, available now at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. And enjoy. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Crime Classics, April 7th, 1954, The General's Daughter, The Czar's Lieutenant, and The Linen Closet, a Russian Tragedy.
For this arrangement, Yvonne received 1,000 rubles, the fee agreed upon, plus an extra 1,000 blackmail, which last set a precedent. Vanyinka was forced to pay Yvonne money whenever he demanded it. However, being rich, she didn't mind, and that summer she spent a joyous vacation on the Black Sea with her father. That's the opposite direction from the Gulf of Finland.
Vaninka.
Yes, Papa.
You say your Fyodor...
has gone on a journey to forget me.
Noble lad.
And the next month, on the Crimea, taking the waters, still south.
Vaninka?
Yes, Papa?
You had a letter today. Was it from Fyodor?
No, Papa. It was from Sophie Fagavia from Prushnitz. To tell me she has married a boy from Prushnitz. Boris Padyon.
And from Fyodor, nothing?
Nothing.
And in the Ukraine, after the festivals were over, coming home.
Vaninka?
Yes, Papa?
I liked Fyodor.
Yes, Papa.
I miss him.
I miss him too, Papa.
And no sooner had they gotten back to the palace...
Vaninka!
Yes, Papa?
Quickly, come! Vaninka, news from Moscow. Vasily Vasilovich fell down.
He always falls, Papa.
This is his last fall, Vaninka. 3 flights of steps. He's dead.
Dead?
Nor must you think of throwing yourself into the Neva, Valinka. Listen, I give you permission.
Permission?
To marry Fyodor Petrovich Romayov. Well?
Thanks, Papa.
Vodka is the best way to eat potatoes, and this inn serves the best potatoes. Agreed?
Agreed.
Gregory?
What is it, Ivan Ivanovich?
To ask you once more that you bear me no malice for having whipped you, for having flogged you.
How could I think evil of you? It was the fault of Vanyinka because I spilled on her.
Vanyinka.
And Fyodor Petrovich, who gave you the order to lay the strap on.
Fyodor Petrovich.
Ivan.
Yes?
How is it that suddenly you are so rich?
Drink vodka.
I drink, and yet I cannot help but ask.
You are a friend to me.
From the same village.
Friend.
From the same village, from the same meadowland. Yet you are rich, and I am penniless.
Bend close your ear. Vanyinka.
What?
Vanyinka Alexandrovna.
She gives you money?
Whatever I ask, she gives. Whatever, whenever. For example.
Yes?
I have but to crook a finger, and she would come. running if I but crooked the finger.
No.
With a bottle of her father's best brandy in each arm.
Then crook a finger.
You wish to see?
I wish to see.
Waiter! Waiter, come here. Here are 10 rubles. Go to the Chermayev Palace and ask of Vanyinka. Tell her you are of me, and that I wish her here, at once, with brandy, her papa's brandy, at once.
At the moment when Vanyinka received word that she was wanted at the inn by Ivan Ivanovich, she was in the middle of brooding. She had never been closer to the bottom of the Neva River than she was now, thinking as she was of her dead lover and how fate and a tattletale named Gregory and a blackmailer named Ivan Ivanovich had robbed her of her one true love. And so she went to the general's liquor cabinet and extracted 2 bottles of his oldest brandy. Then she went to the general's medicine chest and extracted a handful of the general's opium and mixed the 2 together. Then she went down to the inn.
By your command, Ivan Ivanovich, 2 bottles of brandy.
One for me and one for Gregory. Pull up the corks, Gregory.
Yes.
And now we will drink to Vanyinka Alexandrovna Chermayev.
To Vanyinka.
They drank, and they drank, and Vanyinka watched. Then they passed into the land of poppy dreams, and Vanyinka watched. Everyone else went home, until all who were left in the inn were a dozing proprietor and the 2 dreamers, Ivan and Gregory, and Vanyinka, who stopped watching, who went over to the fireplace and took a burning brand and set fire to the place. The inn burned well, and everything that was in it. Then Vanyinka took a walk.
And so it is done, lover. Fyodor Petrovich, you are now avenged. Those who caused your death are dead now. So sleep, Fyodor Petrovich, sleep. And soon, who knows, I will be in your arms again. Gently, gently flows the Neva. Neva, mother of rivers, where do you go? Soft the silver light on your kindly bosom. Mother of rivers, take me, hold me.
I would like to be able to tell you that the bodies of the lovers were found close to one another on some distant and misty shore. But I cannot. Vanyinka did not drown. She was saved by a young man passing by. He was a captain in the Czar's cavalry, and they rode back to the palace in warm clothes, as she draped across the pommel of his steed. He proposed marriage as soon as he saw her house. She refused. He rode away to the north, crying. Vanyinka locked herself in her room and never came out again, except for her father's funeral a week later.
In just a moment, Thomas Hyland will tell you about next week's crime classic. Tonight's Russian tragedy was adapted from translations of the original court reports and newspaper accounts by Morton Fine and David Friedkin. The music was composed and conducted by Bernard Herrmann, and the program is produced and directed by Elliott Lewis. Thomas Hyland is portrayed on radio by Lou Merrill. In tonight's story, Lillian Baeff was heard as Vanyinka, John Daner is the general, and Hy Averback is Feodor. Featured in the cast were Vic Perrin, Barney Phillips and Irene Tedrow. Bob Lamont speaking. And here again is Thomas Hyland.
Next week, Manchester, England, in the year 1826. At that time, the Norwich Union boys really knew how to put out a big fire. They were also adept at snuffing out smaller flames. It's listed in my files as James Evans, fireman. How he extinguished a human torch. Thank you. Good night.
April 7th, 1954, Crime Classics on Classic Radio Theater.
It's amazing but true. When it comes to one of America's biggest household expenditures, healthcare, a lot of people think they've got no choice. People are used to thinking we have to do it this way, but they don't. Yes, you have the freedom to choose an alternative with your healthcare. It's MediShare, and it costs way less than the alternatives. The typical family saves $500 a month, not a year, a month. And if you're single, this can save you a lot too. And let's face it, a big reason MediShare is 400,000 people strong, it just works. They've shared over $3 billion in medical bills, so they can help share your needs too. Joining MediShare for so many people is one of those things that makes you say, why didn't I do this before? So yes, the time has come for something better. Look into joining MediShare and see why so many people are opting out of the old way and into the new. Why not look into this? Just call 855-90-SALM. That's 855-90-PSALM. 855-90-SALM.
Were you scammed into signing a timeshare contract? And did you miss the part that said you have to pay for your great idea? Not only for the rest of your life, but when you're not here anymore, you get to pass this turkey onto your family for them to pay for the rest of their lives. Thanks, Dad. Don't burden your family down the road, and don't be stuck with expensive timeshare payments forever. Get out of your bad idea timeshare contract guaranteed, or pay nothing. Call Resort Release today and learn for free how their timeshare exit team can help you legally exit your timeshare contract. They've helped thousands of people, and they're A+ rated with a BBB. So if you feel scammed, get mad and get out of your expensive timeshare contract right now, guaranteed. Call NOW.
800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. 800-586-7112. That's 800-586-7112.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I was singing in the shower, singing El Solo Mio. Oh, Solo Mio. As I was singing Mio, I sneezed. So I'm drying up, and I sneeze again. And I blow my nose. A whole bunch of stuff comes out. I'm suddenly realizing that I am breathing out of my nose the best I've ever breathed out of my nose in years. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden now I'm breathing what has happened in the past year. I'm a balance of nature. Little by little every day, if I experience it, I'm happy. I'm sure this has to do with balance of nature. I'm sure it does.
When you call, use discount code USA, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
Now on Classic Radio Theater, let's swing and sway with some Bob and Ray.
And now, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. It's the Bob and Ray Show, and welcome for the next 4 hours for the entertainer here at the Bob and Ray Show.
There's no ground?
First of all, we have
Our very important lineup of shows for you. We're all glad you'll be able to enjoy the show, and we'll be following along with us until the end. Hello, Bob. Hi, everybody. This is the Bob and Ray Show, and we will be here, for about 2 minutes.
Wait a minute. He's saying he wants to roll us back.
Okay.
Now roll us back, please.
Go ahead. Roll us all the way back to the very start. There we are. Now, welcome to the Bob and Ray Show.
Now, we're going in the right direction now, huh?
First of all, we immediately go to Woonsocket, Rhode Island, where Wally Ballou is standing by at the Lucy Luscious Candy Factory with another one of his great, we hope, Interviews. Come in, please. Wally Ballou from Woonsocket.
Please, Ballou from Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and the scene of activity here at the Lucy Luscious Candy Factory. The story behind the making of candy, a very interesting story, and one which we feel should be told on the broadcast tonight.
Here at the Findlay Quality Network,
the program is being brought to you by Bob and Ray, exclusively from Lucy Luscious. However, another rival network has set its microphones here. I'm going to try and shield mine from his voice so that
it has always been the policy of the Findlay Quality Network to go with their microphones at whatever expense may be incurred, just to bring you all news that should be news.
Artie, could you move over to the wrapping department or something?
Lucy Luscious, who has been running this factory.
I want to introduce you to Lucy Luscious, the owner of this factory.
Lucy, how do you do? It's a pleasure, Mr. Skirmahorn, to be talking to you.
I'll just hold my microphone.
I wonder, Lucy, if you could tell us just what it is that makes you unique in the candy business.
In the candy business.
The Findlay Network.
For Bob and Ray.
Well, yes, as you know, I was the first person to develop the hard chocolate shell and then insert the soft center later.
Well, that, of course, has made you very famous.
Well, I know all our Findlay Quality Network.
I know Bob and Ray's listeners would like to know how you do it, and you can explain it.
Would you please, both of you, please, one at a time.
Well, you said you talked to me.
I have seen important people from the president of this country on down talking into 30 microphones at one time.
Well, that's a
and
phenomenon.
And here, just too simple, little, looks like a homemade microphone that you have anyway.
The one that the Findlay Quality Network has is a homemade microphone.
Bob and Ray microphone is the cheap
Bob and Ray microphone is a commercially made.
Network has always.
Bob and Ray have always used high-type equipment.
Never held back
A1 equipment.
In order to buy the best possible equipment.
Lucy, getting back to your Cream Bill centers
on the Findlay Quality Network.
Lucy,
you can put that in one of your chocolate shells, Lucy Luscious, and you can smoke it.
I feel that Artie Skirmahorn now has rather blown his top here.
Well, let's get out of here, Larry.
He's packing up his equipment and taking his microphone and all the...
That was a dirty trick, but I guess it was the only thing he could do.
Something backfired at Woonsocket, where Wally Ballou was talking with Lucy Luscious, who invented the chocolate shell and then inserted the, as you heard, soft centers later.
He also introduced pre-thumb chocolates for the first time.
Speaking of soft centers, have you seen
the old calendar on the wall?
No, Kent Lyle burglary.
No, I haven't.
For dog centers.
No, he was here a few days ago, but I think you were gone that day. You were recovering from your flight.
That's right.
Hey, hold it a minute, Webb. Here's a special report from the Mobile Gas Economy Run. The results are now official. Chrysler Corporation cars won more firsts in class than all other cars combined. 4 out of 6, as a matter of fact, plus 5 seconds and 2/3. No other car manufacturer even came close. If you're interested in economy and you don't want to give up performance to get it, try these mileage figures on for size. The compact Valiant averaged a healthy 27.29 miles per gallon. The winning Plymouth in Class B, 24.82 miles per gallon. The winning Imperial, Class F, 20.50 miles per gallon. Sound good to you? Well then, let a drive bring out the difference great engineering makes. See your dealer and find out firsthand what it's like to drive a real performance car with built-in economy. Valiant, Plymouth, Dodge Dart, DeSoto, Chrysler, Imperial. Why not today?
And now, chocolate cookies with white stuff in between them brings you another episode of Lawrence Spechtenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
At last, the evening of the great debate with the rival Space Academy at the Interstellar Space Academy has arrived. And on the stage, before the entire group of members, we see Lawrence Spechtenberger and the man he is debating against as his rival concludes his final remark.
So I say,
that we should be resolved in this, that we are against it, one and all. Thank you. All right, Fechtenberger, good luck.
I should like to preface my remarks by saying that my honored and distinguished opponent, who is supporting the negative here, has presented his arguments in a very lucid manner. But I think that he has led you astray when he says that it makes no difference at all. I believe it was Mary Pickford who said once that you're only as good as your last picture. Now, I don't know what that has to do with the debate here, but I think it's important that I say it. I believe it was the poet Browning who summed it up very nicely when he said, "The trees shall bloom again."
Good, Fechtenberger, good. You got him now. Bravo! Bravo!
I should like to conclude now by borrowing the words of Ben Jonson. Ben said, "When you're through saying what you've got to say, dry up." I don't think I'd like to borrow those words at this time, because I have too many more words to say on the subject. Throw him a fish! I feel
Hey,
that...
Lawrence, it's me, Mud. Hey,
it was
Lawrence.
the great poet Shelley,
Lawrence.
who in one of his more nostalgic...
Lawrence, here's a note from the commandant. Read it quick.
Mellis, you know what this says?
What?
I've taken the wrong side in this debate.
You mean you're arguing the same way your opponent did?
That's right. For the first time in my history here at the Academy, I have made a monumental error.
Well, what are you going to do to correct it?
Only one thing to do, resign and return to Venus where I really belong.
And so, after weeks of preparation for the great debate, Lawrence Fechtenberger discovers that he's been arguing for the wrong side. Will he quit the Academy as he threatens and return to Venus? Be sure and join us next time when we'll hear Lawrence say...
Pass the imitation grape drink, please, Mellish.
In the next episode of Lawrence Fechtenberger, Interstellar Officer Candidate.
So, I think maybe we'll have a special word from all our dear friends, won't we? In just 10 seconds. Now, if all our dear friends would... Oh, not one of them here.
Well, they went early, but we did want to say Lucy Luscious was impersonated.
Right.
Wasn't he?
Until tomorrow, this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
Bob and Ray come to you Monday through Friday on the CBS Radio Network. And
April 7th, 1960, Bob and Ray on Classic Radio Theater. Find our webpage, classicradio.stream, our email address, classicradiotheater@gmail.com. Our podcasts are available anywhere fine podcasts are served. iTunes, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you for listening. Thank this station. Support the advertisers. Tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.